Hey people, Indrid here, welcome back to the Elite League show, starting today with a Division B Group A game on Calderas Refinery, and say hello to the Tenso with a Lictor Alpha, a melee specialist can infiltrate and disrupt, powerful offense and a bit of support up against his Ocean's 8 Alaska. As a Plague Champion, starts off in ranged combat with a damage over time bolter, can get melee weapons, some decent utility and support, can build turrets and repair, but is very slow. Mass Hormagaunts here for the Tenso and double Heretics with CSM in between for Oceans. Plague Champion certainly has a lot of effective ways to deal with mass melee. Fetid Armor, Bile Spewer, Light Grenades, Touch of Nurgle, all available in Tier 1. Can also get his own sword out and go smacking them. We'll see. Hasn't seen the triple Hormagaunts yet. I imagine they're going to run into one of these Heretic squads. Lictor Alpha is stalking these guys. Has that deadly flesh hook, of course, which is usually bad news for the Plague Champion. Gets flesh hooked into all sorts of trouble, which is a good reason to wait for the Armor of Pestilence, because that stops you being pulled around by the flesh hook. There you see double Hormagaunts in the background. Lictor Alpha picking through these Heretics. They need to be very careful here. Going to get flanked by the Hormagaunts. Yep, they're going to die, I believe. Kept them in play way too long, and down they go. They were only default Heretics, but still kind of annoying. Need to replace those guys, I think. 1-to-1 cap early on. Nobody's gone for the center yet, and it's Light Grenades for Oceans. I much prefer Unholy Stench from the Fetid Armor and the Bile Spear. I believe they, well, in my opinion, I think they scale a lot better and are much easier to hit. But if you do hit a good Light Grenades, pretty damn devastating. Those Hormagaunts backing away. Perhaps Tenso spotted the grenade decorator there. Hormagaunts got the node down. Not before Oceans purchased a couple of power generators though. Those Heretics gone on their way to the east side. We do have adrenal glands over here. What about the other fellas? There's the flesh hook. Plague Champion now can't really do much. That's another reason why Fetid Armor is pretty good in Tier 1, because if you get hooked like that, you can just pop the Unholy Stench and then walk away. Decent grenade. Oh, those guys jumped away from it though. And he grenaded himself. I'm sure he loves it. These CSM getting into some melee. If they had Eternal War maybe, but those guys have adrenal glands and did some work there. And decap on the power. Heretics are grabbing this contested power on the east side. And some warriors on the way for 10, so I'd expect a Barb Strangler, but might go super full-on melee here. Warriors now do have, default warriors now do have a little bit more hit points. And I believe Adrenal Gland warriors have more hit points from their bonus too. We've got some Havocs. Heavy Bolter can suppress all those Hormagaunts, but still needs a way to spot that Lictor Alpha. We don't have an eternal, aspiring champion yet. It's not an eternal champion. These Heretics going for the generators. And might get, oh maybe not. Here comes some warriors. In their default melee state, they have power weapons and can leap into combat passively. Are they going to engage here? Looks like they are. Are you purchasing an aspiring champion? Nope. These Hormagaunts got pretty low. Plague Champion now needs to do some capping. Doesn't have any other war gear. Hormagaunts here might get a good flank on these Heretics. That could be bad. And we do see the Barb Strangler can do horrific things to Heretics, especially if they don't have an aspiring champion. Trying to set up this flank here is the Tenso. Gets into position, but can't really get a lot of attacks in. Those guys leaped when it was perhaps better for them to just walk in there. But you can't control that. Ocean's trying to get his power back with some CSM Bolter Fire. Havocs are set up, but are now moving. Moving back, in fact. Oh, they're gonna... What are they doing? I'm just repositioning a little bit. Yep, Ocean's got some capping to do. Apparently, triple Hormagaunts. Good for grabbing some map. Uh-oh. Gonna see a flank on the Havocs here, maybe? Or they're gonna just pile into the CSM. This is a bad fight for the Heretics again. Need to Doom Blast and run, I think. Yes. The CSM got so pissed off with this node, they were just meleeing it down. It worked. Heretics there barely escaping. Now these guys coming in. Needs an aspiring champion, really does. Doom Blast, those guys, oh, they do get away. Still had 5 models, in fact. Killed a bunch. They do get away. Uh oh. Sneaky licked up. Oh, he's got a Toxin Miasma upgrade. Damage over time and a debuff. Also adrenal glands just for more numbers on your health and energy. Always useful. Can't drag him off that little cliff there, but did stop the cap. And now getting in. And look at that damage piling up there. Double cap for the Tenso. Big old VP lead opening up in tier 1. Look how long it's taken Oceans to get that power back. That is very annoying harassment to deal with over there. Does get it back though, and these Heretics have an aspiring champion. Important not only because it makes your Heretics better, especially in melee, because it gives them more hit points, and the aspiring champion fella is a pretty good fighter, but it turns them into a detector unit, you can tell, because of that eye decorator on their icon there, which means the Lictor Alpha can't sneak around when they're close. Can look after these Havocs. I don't think the Heretics got a... Maybe they did. They must have, because there's one here now, and Tyranids don't have a way to repair, although I do think... I think their generators very slowly regenerate health, but they might have got one down. CSM with no ton of warp. Good shot from the Barb Stranglers, and then backing away. Good play from Tenso. Can come back in and get another shot. Hormagaunts going straight for the power. This could be a good Black Grenade throw. Oh, 3 over them. I think maybe expecting Tenso to back away, seeing the grenade coming, but there is Touch of Nurgle. Such a powerful ability. Can get you out of so many bad spots. So global ability of the Plague Champion causes the affected units to explode on death, doing damage, knockback, and healing. It's awesome. The way around it, of course, is to either shut down the squad that has it or back away, make them waste it. Wreck point being retaken by the CSM. Tier 2 for the Tenso. Maybe a Zoanthrope here. I want to see that new Symbiosis. Zoanthropes have a Symbiosis ability now that can heal stuff. Although it locks the Zoanthrope in place. I don't even think they can retreat out of it. I think it was put in there mainly for the poor Carnifexes that can't be repaired. Can heal those guys up a bit. 2-1 now for Oceans. Look at that VP lead though. Here comes a Lictor Alpha. Now being spotted. It did get around the firing arc, but doesn't want to flesh hook or go in there. Here come a whole bunch of Hormagaunts. Can flesh hook that lead model with the heavy bolter. There we go. Hormagaunts did get suppressed, but now they're coming in. Oceans has to back away. Will not have access to Touch of Nurgle again that quickly, even if he did have the red, which they don't. How much damage can Tenso do here? Double Hormagaunts getting in on the double Heretics and CSM. Barb Strangler getting some shots in. Big damage off those shots as well. These default Heretics need to be so careful with that. They're going to lose models so quickly. Could see a good grenade though. Maybe on retreat. There it is. Hey, that's the first one that's hit pretty well, I think, that I've seen. Again, I really do think the Plague Champion just has better tier 1 options compared to the grenade. I mean, if you're really skilled with it and you can consistently hit it, maybe. The Tenso did drop some Hormagaunts there. And Oceans actually dropped their CSM. Didn't realise they went down. Look at them. I was paying attention to those Barb Strangler shots going in. Plague Champion getting smacked around again. Good special. Are those fellas going to help him? Apparently not. Havocs are in play. Get flesh hooked though. Lictor Alpha causing so much problems. Level 3. Might be able to just chew through these default Heretics here. Look at that, killing them on 2 hits, I think. Painful. 448 to 174. Center is still red, but Ocean's natural is now turning blue. Heretics with an aspiring champion coming in. Havocs did not get their last reinforcement there, so they paid for it, but didn't wait around in a reinforcement spot for it to actually come in play. Lictor couldn't get the cap. Maybe he should have backed away there and been ready in the mid. Was not very likely he'd be able to finish that cap there. A Dreadnought. What do you get? Mark of Corn immediately. Well, it's going to tear through the Hormagaunts and the Warriors pretty well. Oh, the Tensor went tier 3 with 3 units on the field. That's a big risk. I mean, massive VP lead, but that's still a big risk. How fast can they get a Carnifex? Pretty fast. Like a minute, not even that. For the power to come in. Level 2 Hormagaunts. We have some Nurgle worship. Maybe a shrine in the mid would be good. Black Grenade throw. A little bit too late. And doesn't get the hit. Maybe we'll see the fist or something to help get caps later on. Lictor Alpha being sneaky. Could get a flesh hook here. I mean, he's not going to kill the Plague Champion, but if you just make the Plague Champion run away because of the flesh hook, that's pretty good. Dreadnought wants to say hello. Smack. And again, did not even use Blood Rage there. Touch of Nurgle Heretics. They've been suppressed, though, by the Barbed Strangler, and that was kind of wasted there. Although, he did force a full retreat, I suppose. It's not a complete waste. Carnifex is on the way. Are you getting a Swarm Lord, says Oceans. Nope, something just as big, though. He needs to get to capping, Oceans. There we go. Actually, a power on this generator. Very rarely will you see generators on the contested powers on Calderis. Oh, Plague Champion's getting kitted out. Armor of Pestilence. 600 hit points and immunity to weapon knockback, which is what the Flesh Hook does to you. And the Plague Fist is in. So he can mix it up in melee now, maybe drop the Black Grenades at his own feet when he's got a bunch of Hormagaunts around. There's a turret. Maybe a las turret. Knows that there's a big old monster coming. It's a Venom Cannon Carnifex. So a ranged weapon, very good at taking out large targets, such as a Dreadnought. But this guy could get in there and just tie it up. And then use Blood Frenzy to, Blood Rage rather, to win that fight. Carnifex got very far forward here. Hormagaunts going for the power. Maybe he can turn and get a shot here. Boom. And a boom. And there's the Thorax Swarm Electroshock Grubs. Oh boy, Dreadnought's in trouble. Can the Plague Champion get in there and tie things up? Venom Brood dropped in by the Lictor Alpha. That's one of his global abilities. Being tied up now. Blood Grenades thrown in too. Damage doesn't really scare these guys though. We do have a las cannon. And it's getting shots in. Maybe we'll see some Plague Marines to go alongside. Help get this Carnifex down. A Lictor coming out in tier 3 now for the Tensor. There's Blood Rage. You do lose control of your Dreadnought, but it does more damage, has more speed and damage resistance. Don't hit those heretics. I think it killed a heretic. Lictor Alpha gets away. Nurgle Shrine doing its thing, periodically healing allies and suppressing enemies, and if you worship it you can reinforce. I don't think these heretics are going to kill the Carnifex, and this guy's not going to catch it. Do we have a las turret? Nope, he's kept the heavy bolter turret. I guess because the Havoc's got a las cannon, he does want that suppression arc in there still. And here's the tier 3 Lictor. Has heavy melee damage, something the Lictor Alpha can't get. And if you look at his energy here, Can infiltrate without draining energy, which is a big deal. Also has a flesh hook and a leap. Incredibly powerful sub-commander unit. But he's in a tier 3 dominated by monstrous Tyranids, which is why I don't see him every single game. Bloodletter's on the way for Oceans. Can tie up the Venom Brood and the Warrior Brood very effectively. Tear through them with power melee weapons. 316 to 141. Oceans has had the mid for a while. This is guy going for the wreck point. Oceans might spot him immediately. Knows something's up. There we go. Gonna go over and have a word. Have you heard the good word of Nurgle? Have some flu. He got the decap. What an annoying Tyranid. Looks like Tenso is trying to not attack head on here. Get in around. I mean, you can't just let them cap all this stuff, Oceans, I don't think. Look at this. What is the Plague Champion doing? Just desperate to get that Blight Grenade off. And only hits himself. And since it hit him, the Blight Grenade crap only spreads to your own units, so it wouldn't spread to the Tyranids. They have to be in the initial explosion or be infected by one of their own units. So the shrine is being worshipped, which means these things can reinforce. Carnifex not shooting the turret anymore, but the lictors are going after it. It's not going to last long. Down it goes. Kicking off here. Dreadnought needs to get moving. There it goes. Bloodletter's in a good old fight, using their warp shift to avoid damage now. Heretics. Oh, they're worshipping. I thought they were just going to engage that lictor there. 265, 141. The Tents are actually doing a good job, kind of dipping in, doing some damage, take out that turret, and then getting away again. Didn't think he was going to be allowed to escape like that. Here comes another Carnifex. That was another Blight Grenade throw. Can they take out these Hormagaunts? Surely, yes they can. The Blight Grenades did something, kind of. Havoc's covering the VP. Now what is Tenso going to do now? Wait for the Carnifex or go in right now? I'd get Thorn back, probably. Just to charge through stuff and go toe-to-toe with the Chaos Dreadnoughts. That's the Bioplasma shot that the Carnifex can do there. Uh-oh, Lascannon's got a shot as well. Can't get another. Does have that snare. Here comes another Dreadnought. I'd most likely get some Plague Marines. Or Havocs with an autocannon or something. And it is Plague Marines. Just switched it there. 252 to 133. And Lictor Alpha being sneaky, trying to get some kind of reconnaissance going. See where everything's set up. Can easily flesh hook the last cannon away. There it is. And now they can move in, maybe. The second Carnifex is a Thornback. It's the melee upgrade for the Carnifex, gives it more hit points. Allows it to spawn Rippers, which it should be doing now. They can tie up the las cannon, maybe. Tenso being patient, pulling Lictors back out and then going in again. There's a leap. Good disruption there. Blood Rage Dreadnought. The Venom Cannon Carnifex got a bit too close. Venom Cannon, Venom Brood I should say, getting killed. Not sure what that was about. Desperately wanted to stop the cap there. Should have just got a decap and backed away, I suppose. Electroshock Grubs again doing their thing. And looks like both the Carnifexes are going to survive. Well, that one should, I think. How long the Electroshock Grubs snare lasts for. That's crazy. We had Without Number used there, which spawned some Hormagaunts and Termagants with upgrades already in. The first Termagants we've seen. 226 to 133. Here are the Plague Marines getting shots in. Can this Carnifex get away? The Lictor's not going to get away. And he's taking shots. Where is the las cannon? Trying to get back in there. Maybe a bioplasma to do some disruption over there. If it's the venom cannon dude. Nope. Just running away. Looks like they are going to make it. The Plague Marines did not chase. I don't think they would have finished it off, but they could have got a few more shots in. Plague Champion now will cap. The Tenso has some reinforcing to do. And some healing of Carnifexes to do. Still no sign of a Zone Throat. I think he can do some work here. 1-to-1 cap. Wants to get another monstrous creature, I suppose. Oh no, Gene Stealer's on the way. These guys now cost less, as you can see, and they produce faster. Also, they have a 1% health gain per hit, just passively all the time now. And when they use their Adrenal Rush, they get a bit more health gain. It does, Adrenal Rush, I think it no longer gives them a speed boost, or gives them a smaller speed boost, and not as much damage resistance, but I think a bit more damage bonus. So they've switched around some stuff on that Adrenal Rush. I think they now have a melee charge. So they didn't used to have one, apparently. Here comes Rending Claws, gives them heavy melee damage. I mean, I'm not too sure about these Gene Stealers. They're going to get ripped apart by the Dreadnought still. The Shrine is going to suppress them all over the place. And there is double Heretics here, which could get Touch of Nurgled up. I really would have got a Zone Thrope or another Carnifex or something. We'll see. Maybe they can find a way in cleanly and tear some stuff up. But Oceans is neglecting to cap stuff here. Very focused on this VP. And when he does force off Tenso, does not go for the natural VP either. Doesn't really have something quick to get up there, I suppose. Power Bash here by the Tenso. Gene Stealers are infiltrated. I'm not sure if Oceans saw those guys there. Looks like it's going to be a full Power Bash. Are you fellas going to attack? Nope. They got it down. Termagants did it. Giving Oceans plenty of time to reface. Here comes the Plague Champion. Oh, now he's got the Icon of Nurgle. Just passive damage around the Plague Champion. Although it's not going to really help with the Carnifexes. I think it's piercing damage, is it? Does it tell me? Yes. 10 every 2.5 seconds. Not a huge amount, but the fact that it's passive and it hits everything around you is pretty good. Helps the Plague Champion level up quite a lot. Because he damages everything, so it gets a bit of XP from everything when it dies. Hormagaunts could not get a decap. Lictor trying to be sneaky. They took this power here. In fact, they've decapped or taken everything aside from the 2 VPs. Bioplasma goes in. What is the Lictor doing? Going after the Plague Marines? Yep. Needs some support though. Gene Stealers are going for the decap on the natural VP, and why not? There's another Electroshock Grubs. Uh-oh. Las Cannon and Plague Marines. Doesn't seem like that snare stacks though. As you can see there. Blood Rage Dreadnought just caught sight of some Tyranids for a second and got very excited. Needs to take back the natural VP, but does do it. Does defend the position. It's a hard thing to approach, eh? I guess you've just got to try and... Well, now the Lictor's down. You've got to try and just flesh hook the las cannon. Send the other Carnifex charging in, maybe, to tie up the Plague Marines. And then flood in, do what you can. More Gene Stealers on the way for the Tenso. Very surprised at this Gene Stealerness going on. No Zone Thropes, eh? They could really look at this blob of heretics. A Zone Thrope would tear that apart. Or at least do big chunks of damage. I mean, these are level 3 heretics. Carnifex is leveled up? No. And they are healing up, at least. 99 to 133. Ocean's still holding on, but is not capping stuff. I mean, the Bloodletter's the only things capping. Hasn't taken back this power. Just holding on to VPs now. Screw resources. I don't think they can even get anything else. Yeah, look. These Plague Marines taking Oceans up to 100 pop. So both players not happy with their performance. One last push for the Tenso maybe. With double Gene Stealers in play. How do you choose targets here? I mean, what did the Gene Stealers go for? Heretics is an annoying fight because of the Doom Blasting and potential Touch of Nurgle. Dreadnought's a bad fight. Plague Marines are going to explode in your face. Bloodletters, I suppose you could take on. Here we go. Last Cannon does get shots in. There's Touch of Nurgle on the Heretics. Choosing to go after Termagants. Thornback Carnifex gets in. Going after Bloodletters, it seems. Are the Heretics going to tie up the Carnifex there? Nope, they're going after the Warriors. Nothing choosing to get a decap. I thought the Warriors would go for the decap there. Last Cannon still getting shots. 48 to 133. The Tenso now just down to Warriors and double Carnifexes. Those double Gene Stealers did not last long, did they? I wasn't even watching them. They just disappeared off the roster. Tyranno formation takes down the Shrine. Bloodletters are still in play. Last Cannon somehow still getting shots in. There's some Nurgle worship. Plague Champion leaves, level 6. Here comes the Lictor, also level 6. Tenso might be able to get this cap here. Oh, well done. Good shots. Can you finish it off with one of your shots? You can. Wonder what the chances of that shot landing there was. Lictor try and get the cap, and is going to get the cap. Plague Marines. Oh, there's double Plague Marines now, hey. Shooting at the Carnifex. Level 3 this guy. Taking on some Plague Marines. Almost took him out. Needs to turn around now, I think. Maybe charge away if it can. Not sure if it's available. 19 to 133. The Tenso gets to 2 to 1. But is now severely depleted. Doesn't have the resources to get anything else. Oh, hey. Without number. Who needs something else? There's a Noxious Cloud. That red debuff circle there is the Plague Marine thing. They passively slow down nearby enemies. Not by a huge amount, but it's a nice little bonus for those fellas. Okay, here comes the Lictor Alpha. Do some good work with that Toxin Miasma in this game. Don't think he wants to take on this fella though. With his Plague Fist. And his Icon of Nurgle. 19 to 112. Carnifex is off the field trying to heal up now. Which might be the difference. Can they get back in play in time? Gonna take a little while to heal up. And the Lictor Alpha needs to retreat. There's some Bloodletters coming in to get the cap. That could be game. Not a lot of VPs left. Aura of Decay there. Going off. From the Armor of Pestilence. Here comes some Heretics. Carnifex is trying to get back in there, but they can't cap. So this could be it. 19 to 95. Lictor Alpha got level 7. More Bloodletters on the way, but I don't think they're going to be needed. Actually decapping Tenso's natural for the first time. There's a GG. And Oceans, yep, takes the game. Tenso conceding at the end. Just could not get back into the mid. I think some Zone Throps would have helped. Instead of the Gene Stealers, perhaps. Or just the Barb Shank with Carnifex in there as well. Would have been great. Well, there you have it. Oceans held on for a hell of a long time after a very dicey tier 1 when it was pushed back all over the place. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey people, Indrid here, welcome back to some Elite League. This is Division A, Group A, and we're on Seraph Palace, blue side, vroom shroom, with a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive hero, powerful battlefield manipulation, and some strong offense. This is the Wordbearers DLC, recolored purple. Red side, best noob is a mech boy, teleporting hero that fights in range combat, can also support, disrupt, build structures, and repair, and gets ahead onto one of these contested VPs. Big old line of points. A new map here, so players perhaps not completely familiar with it, and capping orders and that kind of thing. We got some heretics, we got some CSM, and we got some shooter boys. We are ready to go. Look at them, they want to shoot things. It's their favourite thing to do. Some CSM, but the heretics, are they going to turn around? They are. Which means the shooters are done for. They can't suppress without their big shooters. So they got to just run. Should be backing away right now. Too late. Gonna have to just retreat now. Should have been backing away as soon as they saw the heretics. Might have been able to split and do some work that way with the shooters. But as it stands, needs to just flee. And the heretics can decap this wreck point. As the mech boy is also doing. CSM not happy. Shooting them as much as they possibly can. Sluggers might be able to get in here with some mech boy support. I mean, without the mech boy there, the CSM would just be able to shoot them as they run in, and they most likely win the melee fight afterwards because of that. But they're distracted by a teleporting orc. Maybe they haven't seen one before. Sorcerer, oh, just gives up the power cap there. Where are you going, fella? His plan meant that he needed to run away there. He knows what he's doing. There's some Zinchian worship to infiltrate. Those CSM are in light cover. Well, the mech boys in heavy cover. They should be just getting into melee. Maybe, I guess they may be wary of the sluggers coming in there. But there is the melee. Getting on the mech and doesn't have the... oh, there we go. Does have the energy to teleport. I guess it's only like 30 or something. Heretics do escape. So much DACA. No big shooters yet. The first power purchase is Storm Boys. That's why. Sorcerer gets a sync kill. Not supposed to get sync kills unless it's the final model. But it doesn't always fire correctly. Heretics now being shot to pieces and getting consumed by the Sorcerer. Gives him some energy and some health back, and he throws out his Doom Bolts. And deals with the shooters. There's a Knob Leader for those fellas. No Knob Leader for those fellas, but we do see some Storm Boys jump troops with power melee weapons. Can put some hurting on the CSM, that's for sure. Raptors for Shroom. Also jump troops, they have regular melee weapons, but they can suppress when they land. Also have more hit points per model than the Storm Boys there. Storm Boys did get a little bit extra hit points with 2.9. Just 10 per model, but maybe it'll help them out. Not a good place to be though. Slugger's trying to help here with some warp. And here comes the double shooters. Good time to arrive. There's the raptor jump. Can't get the suppression though on the sluggers. Heretics should see them off. Storm Boy's now turning to engage the sorcerer. Maybe we'll see, yep, Sword of Flame coming in. Gives him a decent weapon for tier 1 anyway. Maybe it doesn't scale super well, but he does get Coruscating Flame off it, which you can use on heretics and raptors and stuff. Yeah, shooters can't stand with that. Storm Boys using their relative mobility to get towards this power here. Not very quick on their feet, but they can jump. Sluggers are getting their burners. Gives them some more hit points and some power weapons. Mech Boy doing his capping, not even looking at the wreck point that he's capping there. Do we have any aspiring champions? Nope. Regular old heretics to fight these Storm Boys. Both of them piling in. They will do a hell of a lot of work. CSM have dropped a model and no Eternal War for those fellas. The central spine is turning blue-ish. Still some red there. Storm Boys are going to take down that node eventually. Here comes a bunch of orcs. Big shooters. And knob leader for both of the shooter boys. They now have tons of damage output, but they're going to be shut down by this quite a lot. Sluggers need to be there, and they need to be able to do some work there too. Maybe a battery pack to support those guys. Coruscating Flame, was that on the Raptors? I think it was, which is why the Sluggers backed away there. Coruscating Flame does damage to nearby enemies, and it's something that the Sorcerer can cast on any of his infantry. He can also put it on himself if he wants to get stuck in. Yeah, Stormboy is dealt with there. Sluggers, because of the Coruscating Flame, couldn't quite counter-initiate super effectively, but this could be good. Might get a model, and they do get a model, those Stormboys. Leveling up the mech. Level 2. This is a good fight for the Stormboys here. Sword of Flame doing some work. They got a special attack because... No, how did he get a special attack? He wasn't leveled, now he is. Should have had the same melee skill as these Stormboys. Maybe there's a slight base chance. What is this? Heretic trying to bow bash. Gonna be bad for you fellas. They do get away. Did a bit of damage there. 464 to 462. Very even on the VPs as both players think about some tier 2 action. Blood Crushers and Weird Boys and War Trucks and all that good stuff. Investments of the Warp. Another way to shut down these shooter boys. Mostly keep them separated if you can. Use that aiming what's that liberally to suppress things. I mean, the Raptors jump one of them, the other one suppress the Raptors. They could try and get away that way. But then, of course, this guy might teleport in. Try and focus down that Sorcerer. There we go. There we go. Doesn't like being shot in the face. Where's your plan now, Sorcerer? Here comes some more Stormboys for Best Noob in Tier 1. This is going to be very fun. 444 to 462. Raptors getting a good jump on the shooters. Nothing can be done really. Here comes Stormboys to fight them though. A very staggered jump there. Sorcerer gets a special attack, but I think the mech boy teleported away from it. Coruscating Flame on the Heretics, but they do run away, and they do have an aspiring champion now. He's at the front there. He's a Marine, pretty good at fighting. Another power generator coming in. Orcs might be able to get a triple. Nope, something's taken the northwest. It's some Heretics. We do have double Stormboys though, which is super fun. Very happy with this. Raptors could be in big trouble. They jump somewhere, you can just jump in. They can't jump away at level 1. I don't think they have the energy to do it. 432 to 448 on the VPs. 2 to 1 here for Shroom. No tier 2 yet for these players. Spent quite a lot of power in tier 1. Desperately fighting over all of these contested points. What are you doing? Oh, Coruscating Flame on himself. Oh, there was going to throw in his Doom Bolts there. It's a lot of damage over time. And a special attack again. Now he hears level 2 though, right? Yeah. You get more melee skill for leveling up, which is what governs special attacks firing off. It's a percentage chance. Both of the units compare their melee skill on each attack. I assume it's on each attack. And if it procs, if there's a big enough gap between them, you can get a nice special. There's also modifiers such as moving units lose melee skills, so you can get special attacks that way. Which is why it's especially bad to try and back away from a melee squad once they're already in charge range. Sluggers getting suppressed and eating a special. You saw those guys were moving there, giving the Raptors a greater chance to get a special attack. And they made it count, and special attacks win melee fights. More Stormboys where those guys came from though. Raptors sprinting around in their melee charge. Got on the mech boy, there's some DAC up. But again, the shooter boys being dealt with. They've really struggled to get their DPS on. Stormboys getting some DPS on though. Wiping out those Heretics, yes they did. Raptors jumping into the other Stormboys. And it's tier 2 for Best Noob and Tier 2 for Shroom. Did drop those heretics, of course. These guys, no, do not take the garrison. Just flee. Raptors dropped a model. Do we have... No Stormboy leaders yet. Those guys are awesome. We do have a Slugger Nob, though. Has a power melee weapon, so we'll be slicing through those Marines pretty well. Level 3 Sorcerer. Are you going to fight him, fellas? Maybe. Might just teleport away once he gets the decap, though. What are you doing? That was a very laboured approach if they were trying to get in there. Oh, they got a cap, those Storm Boys. Look at this now. Big old red map for best noob. 417 to 400, 2 to 1. Shroom could turn this around with a Chaos Dreadnought, but that's a ways away on the power here. We do have an aspiring champion for the Raptors these days in 2.9. Look at this. They get a heavy melee Blood Maul, so they lose their melt pistol, but they do retain the 90 damage per hit heavy melee. And we got some Mark of Corn CSM. Gonna fight melee with melee here. 381 400 could set up a good demonic summon into another good special attack from the sorcerer and wins the fight. Raptors use their demonic fury thing there, which didn't hit. Dark Flames on retreat. Good old Dark Flames. Global ability of the sorcerer. Did some good damage. Didn't take a model though. Sorcerer now trying to get some cap in. Got some doom blasting heretics. Storm Boys now have their Knob Bleeder. That guy has a heavy melee weapon and a chunk of hit points, and they are able to just cleave through those heretics now. Usually can't stand against dedicated melee squads in tier 2, those guys, and they're taken out. That's a headbutt. I don't think he needed the axe at the end there. The headbutt was enough, but they got it anyway. 334 to 400, 1 to 1. Raptors looking for targets. There's a Death Dread though. No Bernards and Bits, so it's at 650 hit points. Not a huge amount for a walker that's this slow. But, oh, we have Plague Marines. I was going to say there's not a lot to threaten it, but there is now. Oh, we're going to see some more heretics. Yes, is the answer. There they are. Plague Marines trying to get shots on. Maybe? What are they doing? There we go. Oh, missed. They were aiming at the Storm Boys there. Missile launcher's not very good at hitting infantry, it turns out. Raptors are down to half hit points. Might want to just retreat. There we go. They're going to drop models so fast if you don't. Sluggers capping. Do we have Knob Bleeders on both of these fellas? We do. 1300 hit points to level 1 now. That's going to cause a retreat. The Stormboy Knob Bleeder gives you a stun when you land on stuff. The Knob Bleeder specifically is the one that stuns though, so you need to actually make sure he lands on the thing. Aspiring champion heretic there for those fellas. And we're going to see full red on the central spine, I think. Nope, sorcerer gets the cap. And promptly leaves. It's going to be tough. Plague Marines shut down by the Storm Boys. CSM and Raptors in for a very dicey fights with sluggers around, but they do catch these guys trying to power bash. I think it was worth an attempt there. Almost got one generator and get away with only a couple of losses. They might have already been lost as well. Triple cap for best noob. Shroom needs to find a way in. There's the Raptor jump. Shuts down the shooter boys to start chopping through them. And here comes some Mark of Corn CSN. They don't have their aspiring champion, but those are power melee chain axes. And they have some good foot speed, these fellas, so it might help get some caps and stuff too. Some more Storm Boys. Mech Boy does not have a battery pack. Has double Storm Boys and Sluggers upgraded. Doesn't have a heal. Come on now. Death Dread's going to go down here. There we go. Storm Boys might just flee. CSM are chasing them, and they do flee. Still a triple though for best noob. Cancels the tier 3 there, best noob. Maybe a Weird Boy, hey? Weird Boy would make these fights very tough for Shroom. Or perhaps a War Truck to, yep, there it is, to reinforce in the field. Need to be careful of the Plague Marines and his Raptors, of course. Gonna drop at least one model, maybe another. No, they get away. Some DACA on the CSM, 143 to 400. Plague Marines grabbing the northwest VP. Sorcerers on the southeast, gonna get two of them, maybe. Those guys are still chasing. Can you get on the POW here? Perhaps some DACA for your gens. This one's already low. Could shoot that one. They're making quick work of it. Oh, he couldn't finish the cap here. Doombolt's flying in. Good hit. Coruscating Flame on himself and then goes into melee. Oh, they ran away. Got ready for the party and they all ran away. Oh, hey, we do have a Chaos Dreadnought. Can he get Mark of Khorne? Needs... Oh, there we go. Oh, what did you purchase? Oh, just getting the Aspiring Champion Raptor back. I thought that was Mark of Khorne on the way there. And I saw the resources go down. Single cap for Shroom. Managing to stay in this game. And again, the Shooter Boy is not doing a whole lot. War Truck is in play. As it's to reinforce and transport infantry. Mech Boy gets the Beamy Death Gun. Anti-vehicle weapon to shoot at this Dreadnought, which doesn't have a mark yet. Why are you running away? Oh. It's a demonic summoning thing from the Sorcerer. Used it to get the point. Well done, Shroom. Now needs to fight some sluggers. Puts Coruscating Flame, but it's a bad fight for you to take, fella. Gets a special attack again. He's got so many clutch special attacks. Does this thing raise your melee skill or something? It's got so many special attacks. I mean, he's level 4, I suppose. Those are level 2 sluggers. It is a Mark of Khorne Dreadnought now. Bad news for pretty much everything on the field for Best Noob. Triple cap for Shroom. There's that Demonic Fury sending the Nob Leader flying there for the Storm Boys. And a decent fight for the Raptors, I think. But here comes War Truck support. And they are reinforcing off it. Just piling out of the truck there. Yeah, and that won the fight for the Storm Boys. I think they might have been able to hold on without the War Truck. The Nob Leader was still in play. Triple cap steal for Shroom. Can the Dreadnought survive? Plague Marines desperately trying to get some shots on the War Truck, but the Dreadnought gets it anyway. Down it goes. Do the Plague Marines get away? Looks like they are going to get away. Storm Boys just so bad at chasing once they're on the floor. Beamy Death Gun and Custom Force Field. The Dreadnought warped away to safety by the Sorcerer. That's one of his global abilities. Warps a allied unit to the Sorcerer's current position. Really good synergy with the Mark of Khorne Dreadnought. Can get itself into all sorts of trouble and then just warp it out. Looks like we're going to see a 2-1 here for Best Noob. Well, maybe not. Shroom not wasting any time getting back into play here. It's a bad place to jump into for the Raptors, but they needed to stop that cap, I suppose. Heretics are there. Raptors taking so much damage though. Need to run. Can they get away? They can, barely. Only the Aspiring Champion lives. 141 to 213. I think the Dreadnought is done for. Because Custom Force Field means this guy can't get tied up and gets the shots in that was needed. That's some BS, says Shroom. Not sure what they're referring to specifically. CSM did go down at some point. I completely missed. Because I'm good at noticing things. Here comes another War Truck. It could be GG for Shroom. Doesn't have much resources. And lost some big units. Sorcerer's done a fantastic job though. Level 5. Been used quite well. Maybe Robes of Torment would have been good. War Truck takes a while to get on the field, eh? There's Coruscating Flame again. I don't think you want to take this fight though, fella. Did he get away? teleported but somehow got hit. And goes down. Raptors can't stop the cap, but there's the jump. Sluggers are right there. And there's the custom force field too, to send them flying, which gives you some easy melee attacks. Heretics are there, Plague Marines are there. They do get a shot, and that was a circle of summoning too, or demonic summoning, whatever it's called. Raptors need their aspiring champion to take out this war truck. Maybe they can do it. Oh, it stopped. It's going to go down. Smack. Oh, maybe not. Trying to chase it into base here. One more hit. Oh, it's not enough. So close, Raptors. Need to run away. Double cap for Best Noob. And Shroom just doesn't have the wreck to get some more stuff on the field here. I think Shroom has done it. Yeah. Could not take out the war truck. I don't think it would have made a difference. It's Best Noob that's done it. I said the wrong player. Level 6 Mech Boy. Level 5 Sorcerer down over there with the attack through the teleport. Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time. Hey people, Indrid here, back with some Elite League. This is Quest Heresy with a Division A Group B game. And on the blue side, we have defending Elite League champion Torpid with a brother captain, durable hero that walks through objects and cannot be suppressed, powerful offense, disruption and support, fights in melee combat because I'm Black Grey Knights. Red side, Lemurs is a Farseer support hero that fights in melee combat, powerful buffs, debuffs and control abilities. Howling Banshees, we got double stormtroopers and a strike squad. I guess I'd expect Nemesis focus from these guys since they'll be fighting Banshees once Torpid spots them. Going for the VP. We got some Dire Avengers capping too. And double Banshees for Lemurs. That's going to be pretty fun. Here's the second stormtroopers. Expect some purgation, I suppose. Some flame for the Banshees. Stormtroopers doing their thing. Just trying to back away while they reload. They do have scopes on their guns, but they don't seem to use them. They're like fire from the hip. Use your scopes, fellas. Maybe you could hit some stuff a bit more. Strat squad just nonchalantly shooting things while they cap. Banshees not wanting to engage right now. Maybe waiting for the Farseer to give them guide and stuff. Brother Captain's found her. And, oh, she's ignoring him. Using fleets to come sprinting towards the Strat squad. Double Banshees moving in. One of them breaking away to go after the Stormtroopers. I think they should have all been brought over here. There's Guide on the Banshees, giving him more damage. The Brother Captain could be in big trouble here, but gets a special attack. That was pretty lucky. Very, very lucky, in fact. Might win this engagement for Torpid here. Special attack this time for the Farseer. Chasing some Stormtroopers. These guys coming back in. Banshees couldn't chase them. Aspect of fleetness on the way, so they can jump over objects. But yeah, well managed engagement in the end for Torpid, but was really helped out by that special attack. Kept the Stormtroopers moving though, and the Strat squad got stuck in. I assume we are the hammer was used at some point. These fellas might be stuck. No grenade on the way, so they're not going to wipe or anything. 1-to-1 cap very early on. These Banshees getting away with just 2 models. These ladies now reinforced. And more aspect of fleetness. No sign of purgation. Had to reinforce some stormtroopers and stuff, I think. Did get 1 generator up though. No generators so far for Lemurs. It's operatives that we're going to see, in fact. I was not expecting that. Brother Captain being chased down. As always, level 1 heroes can be taken down by power melee squads in tier 1, especially if they don't have an anti-melee ability like the War Boss or the Chaos Lord or something. Banshee's getting in. backing away a bit and then getting back in. They do see him off. Strike Squad in trouble here. Because that's, look at that damage guide on the Banshees, and they were retreating. That was painful. Good grenade though from the Stormtroopers. Here come the operatives. These fellas have shotguns. Relatively quick on their feet. Immediately getting the fallback plan, which I think gives them their smoke and incendiary grenades. They certainly don't have a grenade icon right now. I thought maybe they started with the smoke, but I don't think they do. There's the fallback plan. Does not give them the grenade icon. It should give them it. There was the blind grenade as they retreat there, which is pretty useful. But yeah, that should definitely give them a grenade icon. Here we go. Strike Squad getting stuck in with that Nemesis focus with some good support, and they do see off the Banshees. That was an incendiary grenade. But yeah, no grenade decorator. They should definitely get it. Operatives break retreat to drop a flash grenade. Fair enough. Messes up the movement speed and weapon range. Okay. Gives them a lot, that thing. I believe they can get a sergeant as well in tier 2. Not sure what he's up to. Guardian weapon team trying to set. Look how quick they are for a setup team. Webway was dealt with. Operatives of course are a detect unit, of course. So they spotted that thing pretty easily. Farseer coming out of base. Banshees are there. Where are the other ones? They're also coming out. Not fully healing up. We're getting enfeebled from the brother captain. Suppresses an enemy unit and also causes them to take more damage. Pretty useful for Banshees. Might see it right here. I think it was buffed as well in 2.9.1. Given some more range. There it is. Now they take some more damage from those Stormtroopers. It does have to be channeled. But I'm not sure what you can do about it really, because it's not like you can knock over the brother captain very easily to stop his channeling with rangers or something. Gotta just sit and take it. Take the enfeeble, maybe try and heal him up with spirit stones or something. No war gear yet for the Farseer. Brother captain not allowed to cap. Trying to get a triple going. Double here for Torpid as they start to think about tier 2. Really was expecting some purgation. There's we are the hammer on the brother captain. This thing got flanked. Those guys, yep, retreat with the blind grenade. That's very useful. Banshee still on the prowl. Oh, they've caught some Stormtroopers and they're going to wipe here, surely. Grenade tries to save them. Nice idea, but they just get chopped up. Yeah, double Banshees were kind of low. Strike Squad would have done some good work there if they tried to fight level 2 brother captain. Farseer does get the Spirit Stones. Spiritual Rights is a big old heal, AoE. Guardian Weapon team will try and defend the power here with the old Shuriken. Sees them off, but they weren't suppressed or anything. Look how blue this map is. Tier 2 now for Torpid. Does not replace the Stormtroopers. Maybe we'll see some purgation in tier 2 with their new weapon. The conversion beamer. Not sure what it's converting. Eldar vehicles into wrecked Eldar vehicles, maybe. Still level 1 on the operatives. This could be a flank trying to be set up here for Lemurs. Does have that heal ready too. Operatives doing some work. Here we go. There's the heal. Oh, Mind Blades though up on the Strat Squad, and they're going to win this fight with operative support. Mind Blades is a global ability of the brother captain. Gives these guys more melee skill and more melee damage, I believe, for the duration, which is a pretty good duration, as you can see. Will typically last a fight at least. Double cap here still. There's the 2-to-1. Webway right in this gap. It's going to be spotted at some point, you would think. Might just run into it. Rhino on the way for Torpid. Oh, there's the smoke grenade. Messes up your weapon range and stuff, I think. Did those guys retreat? They did. I guess they were kind of low. Banshee's got a decap, but also ate some lasgun shots to the face. And now run away. Brother Captain gets the Nemesis Force Halberd, a splash damage power melee weapon. Banshees need to be so careful if they try and fight him now. Infiltrated Banshees sprinting towards you. That's pretty terrifying. Are they going to get away without a model loss? That's amazing. Oh, Acolyte came in there. Gives them a passive damage resistance aura, I think. It's like 25%. No longer gives them any health regen in 2.9.1. And Fanaticism, I think, was toned down, which is their ability that gives them some damage immunity for, I think it's 1.5 seconds now. It used to be 2.5 seconds. He's still a pretty damn good squad leader, though, I think. He has a... It's like a two-handed chainsword, I think. Oh, maybe he has a pistol these days. He used to have a two-handed chainsword. Here's the Rhino. Gone for the heavy bolter on the back. And we do see some purgation on the way. And the Moors needs to get something out. Banshees have their Exarch. With those two power melee weapons dual wielding, and down go the strike squad. Brother Captain tried to save them with Enfeebler, but I think it was the Farseer that got the last hit. WTF pathing, says Torpid. Here comes some more Banshees with an Exarch dual wielding those swords. There's the washout, and Operatives got chopped up, but that blind grenade on retreat is pretty damn good. Uh-oh. Halberd now doing its thing. Can they chop him down quickly enough? Purgation with their incinerators. They can. Banshees tanked some damage there. Was expecting a grenade to come in. Maybe these guys already used it. Double purgation for Torpid. And Lemoore's really turned it around. Oh, took out the Rhino. That must have been what Torpid was talking about when he talked about pathing. Over here, look. Right, Lance took it down while I was watching the fight in the mid. Vehicle pathing, always been very dicey in Dawn of War 2. The solution, of course, is just to never get vehicles. Don't do it. Here comes the Dreadnought for Torpid. Dodge the grenade and get in. Oh, it was the webway that messed up the pathing for the Rhino. Couldn't get through here. It all becomes clear. Ladies capping the mid. And some rep point capping. Farseer just hanging out. Maybe could have fleeted over to the VP. But did not. Does have a 2-to-1. Purgation with Psy Cannons. So effective against all targets, and rending gives them more damage against commanders. Okay. They don't sound like Psy Cannons used to sound like. They sound like silencers. I do get 3 of them. Good range. Rending sounds fun. Farseer is almost level 3. Banshee's level 2 and level 2. And here's the Dreadnought. Starting off with that Flamer. Does this thing suppress? I'm not sure. Very rarely see this Dreadnought out. I don't see what this heavy Flamer can do. Goes for the webway, I guess. Trying to find it. There it is. Burns it down. And now burns down some generators. Wow! That is some power bashing. Maybe that generator was already low. Yeah, it must have been low. They're still pretty good, though. Pretty good. Operatives flee. And there they are, breaking their retreat. Does it heal them when they break their retreat? Seemed to kind of heal them or something. Maybe it's just an effect. Level 3, Brother Captain. We have a Wraith Lord on the way. So maybe we will see a conversion beamer. Oh, can they even get it now? Now that they have Psy Cannons, can they get a conversion beam? Maybe they can't. Psy Cannons doing some work here on the Banshees. Dreadnought sees off those ladies too. Still has the Bright Lance, of course. Granite Dreadnought's got a lot of XP already because of burning down the gen so quickly. Torpid gets back out and caps. There's another webway in the southeast. Operatives doing some work. They have their sergeant now. Again, not sure what that fella does. Must do something. Oh, now they have the grenade icon. I think he gives them like a melter grenade or something weird. Maybe a crack grenade. We'll see. 422 to 198. They have a lot of grenades, those fellas. Wraithlord comes in. Gets the Bright Lance shoulder mounted. And the other Bright Lance is getting shots in. This Dreadnought is done for, I think. It's just going to get chased down, isn't it? Yeah, they can't repair enough. Down it goes. Was way, way deep in enemy territory, but look how blue the map is. Can Lemurs get it back? Double Banshees chasing. Operatives being sneaky. Tier 3 for Torpid. What's the brother? Oh, he's found a webway. Just destroy all webways now. Lost the Rhino because of one. Operatives go over to the southeast VP. Banshees are bashing. They might get a full bash here. Not a whole lot around to stop them. Don't think the Stormtroopers can. Wraithlord sees off the brother captain. Dire Avenger's almost wiping thanks to these Psy Cannons here. Tier 3 for Torpid. Does have a lot of red. Might see some Paladins. Oh, brother captain got taken out in retreat. There's the war shout. What are you guys doing? Are you throwing a grenade in and running? Nope, getting knocked over. And it's painful. Banshee's starting to rack up some XP now. Level 3 and level 3. These ladies coming back to the VP. And power bashing thanks to Bright Lance and Banshees. Not looking good for Torpid, but they are in tier 3. Some Grey Knight Terminators alongside the brother captain. If he can get back to his feet, might be able to just chop up all the Banshees. It's a dicey fight though, because these ladies are level 3 with Farseer support. Now has the Doombringer too. And we're back. Apologies for the cut, guys, but I lost connection to the servers momentarily, which for some reason kicks you out of replays, which was fun. But I've reloaded and found where we were. Lemurs just won an engagement, trying to get some VPs back. Maybe a triple here. In fact, it is going to be a triple. Torpid has double Banshees to deal with. Doesn't have incinerators. Yeah, really going to struggle with that. And a Wraithlord. I guess we'll see what those Psy Cannons can do. This guy looks pretty pleased with himself so far. Map turning very red as you'd expect. Operatives sneaking around. There's those Psy Cannons. Using their rending. Rending gives them more range, I think. As well as that increased damage to commanders, apparently. Don't think we've seen it in action yet. At least I haven't noticed. Dire Avenger's doing some capping. Brother Captain is down. What's Torpid gonna do? And we could get some Grey Knight Terminators, but they're not gonna kill this Wraithlord. There's the Psy Cannons. They are doing some work. Oh, they're targeting the Farseer, I think, with the rending. Almost got her down. Rending turns their shots red, I suppose. That's how we know. I think it gives them a range increase as well. Farseer level 3 with that Doombringer, and tier 3 for Lemurs. Maybe a Fire Prism just to make Torpid more miserable. What is this? It's Paladins, I suppose. There we go. So these guys can smack down the Wraithlord, but they'll take a lot of damage from double Banshees, especially supported with Guide and stuff, and Doom, of course. In this case, though, isolated Banshees, they dealt with them. Got that inspirational kill. Can also get the holy grounds to mess with stuff. Maybe help them take out the Wraith Lord so they can't escape. Right now, though, they're just capping. The brother captain's still down. Needs 250 requisition to revive that guy. 262 to 175. It's a double cap for Lemurs. Is that a webway? It is. Infiltrates all this stuff. They're going to go after the paladins. Operatives coming in. They can spot them. Paladins can teleport. There we go. And they needed to. Oh, we saw the fallback clan blind grenade used there just to mess with the banshees, but there is doom on the paladins. Not engaging though. Scared off by the purgation, I think. Oh, mind blades went up. Maybe that's why. Just breaking through walls, these guys. Operatives reinforcing. Now Lemur's happy to engage. Maybe? Yes, here we go. Are they going to attack the Wraith Lord? No, they go after the banshees. Oh, and there's that big shockwave thing. That's painful. And they have a wrist-mounted incinerator. They're doing a really good job against those banshees, it turns out. Shockwave is a big game changer there in that fight. Wraith Lord being chased, but it should be okay yet. Purgation on the move. Stormtroopers level 3 going to get some capping going. Torpid's dragged himself back into this. Thanks to the very powerful paladins. Webway over there. We got one here. We got one on the southeast VP. I guess Torpid's just fighting over the naturals here. Doesn't have the personnel or the numbers or the speed. Oh, maybe they do. Look at this. Operatives going for the southeast. Shut up, Indrid. Don't know what you're talking about. Gonna get at least a decap. Uh-oh. Purgation in big trouble. That's so much trouble. That's Doom and double Banshees. They're gonna die. Can they fight the Paladins, though? There's Guide. And that's a Seer Council. Yes, they can is the answer, because Paladins had to flee. I didn't even notice the Seer Council in there at first. How much power melee is this? This is crazy. Does the Farseer have an armor? Nope. Level 4. 235 to 154. Single tap for Torpid. Gonna get a quick double, I think. Maybe. Lemurs is getting their natural back. And Banshees have caught up some Stormtroopers. They use Fanaticism, and that was that purple flash you saw, but I assume it just disappears when they retreat. Some interceptors on the way. Could get their own Psy Cannons, and they have crack grenades and stuff to take down a Wraith Lord. Level 3 operatives, eh? Oh hey, Brother Captain got repurchased, so cancelled those interceptors. Give me a Brother Captain. Gonna get the Holy Armor of Titan, which is a tier 3 war gear these days. Paladins are in. I assume... I'm not sure if the incendiary grenade does friendly fire. I guess it would have been worth it just to throw it on the Paladins, even if it did. Show that shockwave again. Really cool effect for that thing. Seer Council with the Farseer and a Wraith Lord. And we see Armor of the Assyrian with that time field there. Torpid moving in. Goes straight for the Seer Council. That halberd getting hits. Trying to get hits. Pathing being messed up by the Wraith Lord. There we go. Could be a messy fight. There is Enfeeble. So the Brother Captain can't fight here, but is debuffing that Seer Council. But here comes double Banshees and Doom on the Paladin. Shockwave though. Holy crap. I think that's what it's called. It's pretty damn effective. Pretty damn effective. That was crazy. Paladin's taking a lot of damage though. Wraith Lord doing some work. Enfeeble again. What is the cooldown on that thing? That was used again pretty quickly. Paladin's trying to escape. We saw a crack grenade of some kind come in from the operatives there. Snaring the Wraith Lord. Seer Council trying to chase down the remaining Paladins. Doing so much damage, and they are taken out. That was awesome. Just came flying out of the webway with just 3 models and took them down. 211 to 116. Interceptors hit the field, but it's not looking good for Torpid. Done an amazing job just to stay on this long. Brother Captain getting a cap. Ouch. That blind grenade again when they retreated. Wraith Lord at level 2 with the Wraithbone heal thing. And here are the interceptors with Psy Cannons. Oh, they switched to melee weapons, okay. They do have a Psych Out grenade. I think it suppresses and drains energy or something. Good special there. And there's the Holy Armor of Titan doing its thing. Immortal. Can't stay in here forever, but it's taking some models with him. Has to run. Uh-oh. Bad place to be, interceptors. Bad place to be. I guess they need to try and cap. Nope. Cannot. Torpid does have a single somehow. CA Council seeing off the stormtroopers from the southeast. These webway gates making it even tougher for Torpid to compete on the capping game. Can they get some Terminators up? Still have to deal with this Wraith Lord, of course. I guess the Interceptors maybe can do that. They're still in their melee state. They have their Sergeant now, or Justicar. I'm not sure if... I don't think they have power weapons. Maybe the Justicar does. Triple cap now for Lemurs. Can Torpid have the game-changing fight? Time field goes up. Not a good fight for the Banshees to take, I don't think. Are they going to take it? They can't attack because of the time field. There we go. There's Enfeeble again. And Incendiary Grenade goes in. Oh, hey. The Justicar gives them that Disrupting Teleport. That's always fun. I really like the Interceptors when they were a Tier 1 unit. That furious intervention they got in Tier 2. See, Council and the Farseer on the Brother Captain has to run away. Wasn't a whole lot they could do there. I thought the time field only affected enemy units, but the Banshees definitely couldn't attack there. Map looking very red for Lemurs. Looks like they're going to take this game, but Torpid not giving up. Not giving up. Level 6 Brother Captain. I'm sure they'd love to have a tank right now. There's the triple. Maybe one last push for Torpid. What is Interceptors going to do here? They're going to get shut down by a time field is what they're going to do. Gets into combat now. Oh, there's that Psych Out grenade, I think, or the crack grenade, was it? Some kind of grenade went in. I don't think the Enfeeble has done super well. Especially when he has his halberd. I mean, you want him fighting, right? We've got some more paladins. There's that. Still the triple cap, though. And there's that crazy shockwave thing. That is nasty. I guess they start with that, eh? GG, says Torpid. Goes down fighting, though. And the Moors is going to take it. Torpid just doesn't have time, even if they do win this fight. And looks like the Paladins were going to go down there. At a level 6 Brother Captain, Halberd, Holy Armor of Titan, and Enfeeble, and a level 5 Farseer. Did really well with the heals and the Doom and the Eldar shenanigans. Pretty much everything was red at the end there. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.